Hi everyone, in today's video we will be painting this beautiful water lily painting in simple 4 steps. So without any delay, let's get started. I have given all the art material links I have used in the painting in the description. In the first step we are going to paint the water. So here I selected the color Gobal Blue and I am going to apply the color all over the canvas. So in the first step it is really easy. Now I am adding more details in the first step. So here I selected the color phthalo green. I am going to apply the color phthalo green in the outer edge of the canvas. So this makes our painting more interesting and beautiful. Before we move to the second step, we need to finish the tracing. So here I trace the image and I am going to use the colors later. So first I am going to apply the colors for the leaves. So here I have the color phthalo green and yellow, and I am going to mix a little bit of yellow ochre to this color. So we will get this beautiful shade of green. So I am going to use this green for our leaves today, and here I am using my flat brush to fill the colors in the leaves. So I have to be really very careful while applying the colors here. I am carefully applying the colors without messing up the image of the water lily. If you are following my page for a long time, you might know I paint from the suggestion of my followers. So this time I received a beautiful suggestion from one of my followers. They asked me to paint a beautiful water lily. I decided to make this painting especially for my beginners. So in this tutorial video, I have introduced many easy and simple tricks to make your painting process really easy and interesting. Here I am adding more details in the leaves. So here I mix the color green with more yellow, so we get this medium green, and I am going to add more strokes here. So we are going to add many details in our leaves painting. I am going to explain them step by step. So first I am going to add some lines in the center of the leaves, so it is really easy to paint all the strokes here. And here I am using my flat brush and I am going to use the light color around the edges of the leaves. So we are going to make the process really easy. So just take your light green and apply the color in the outer side of your leaves, so it will make your leaves really beautiful. While painting the details in the center of the leaves, I suggest you to use a small size flat brush. So if you are using a big size flat brush, then you will get a long and thick lines. So if you want really a thin lines, better you have to use a very thin flat brush. Here you can clearly see I am adding the shadow part of the flower. So I just take the color phthalo green and I am going to apply the color here. So we are getting the beautiful details of our painting. Now you can see again I take the color phthalo green and I am going to apply the color in between the brush strokes. So this is a really interesting and easy part of this painting, and I especially made every step really easy for beginners, and I hope this is really easy for beginners. So if you find this tips is really easy for you, then please let me know in the comment section. Now I am going to repeat the same process in other leaves as well. Now let's add a very light and thin line using the color medium green, and here I am using my round brush. Now you can see I am using the color black because I am just adding the shadow of the leaves over the water surface. I use the color black here. Now let's paint the shadow of the petals here. So here I use the color dark green and I'm going to paint the shape of the petals here. So in this way we have a beautiful and detailed shadow of the petals. Now you can see I am adding more details around the leaves. So here I take the color cobalt blue mixed with more white. I am adding the light blue color here. Now we are painting the waves, the water waves that surrounding the leaves. Now I am painting the water that is on the top of the leaves. So here I am used the same blue color mixed with white. Here I am painting a tiny and a very thin white line. So we paint the line where the leaves touches the water. So here I am using my detailing brush and I am painting a very tiny lines here. Now we can add a black color again between the leaf and the white line we painted earlier. In the third step we are painting the water lily. So here you can see I am mixing the color magenta with white. So I am going to paint the individual petals in this painting. So now you can see I am using the very light pink color for the petals and I am going to use my round brush to fill the colors. So once we fill all the colors we can add some details in these petals. While painting the petals, we need to be really careful while we are painting the sharp edge of the petals. So that's why here I am using my round brush. As we all know, round brush has a sharp bristles, so we can paint the sharp edges very easily. Now I am applying the color on the top of this petal. Now let's mix more magenta with this pink. So we are getting this beautiful shade of pink. So in the bottom of the petals we are using the color light pink. On the top we are using the color white. So this is the pattern we are using for this painting. Now it's time to paint the another set of petals in this painting. So I'm going to use the same light pink color here, and I'm going to apply the color all over the petals. Once we finish applying the colors, we can add more details. So you can see I'm using the very light pink color here. So if you don't have a very light pink color, then you can use the color primary red instead of the magenta. Here I use the same method we used earlier. In the top of the petals we are using the color white, and in the bottom we are using the color very light pink. I decided to add more pink in this petals painting, so I am going to add more pink in the bottom of the petals. So I think it will make the painting even more beautiful. Now you can see I just added more pink in the bottom of the petals. So I am again painting another set of petals. So this petals is in the center of the flower. So first I am apply the color light pink, and I am going to add the same pattern again. So if you want to have a more pinkish color in your painting, you can add more pink in the bottom of the petals. So at first I decided to have a very light pink for my painting, and later I decided to add more pink. So if you want to add more pink or less pink, that's your choice. So now I'm painting the petals here, so it is really easy. So why I already traced the image instead of painting them directly in my canvas is sometimes it really feels difficult to draw the image directly on the canvas, so that I trace the image. And you can also check the image link in the description, and I'm going to add more details in this painting. If you are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am Raksana. I am an acrylic painting artist. I love to paint with acrylics, and here I am sharing the painting knowledge with beginners. So if you find this tutorial is really helpful and easy for you, then please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also you can follow me in my Instagram and Facebook to know all the regular updates about my paintings. In addition to this, if you have any suggestion, you can drop that in the comment section. So if I like that suggestion, I will make the suggestion into a beautiful painting in the next tutorial. If you like this painting tutorial, then you might also like all my flower painting tutorial. So I have given the link in the description, so you can check all my flower painting in my tutorial videos. In the final step, we are painting the reflection of the flowers. So here I mix the color magenta with black, so we get this dark shade of pink. And I'm using my round brush here, so you can see I already traced the image of the reflection of flower. So I'm going to block the color here. So here I'm using my round brush and I'm going to block the color. So once we finish blocking the colors in this particular area, we can add more colors and details in this place. So you have to be really patient. So now I mix the color magenta with black and a little white. So here we have a tone of magenta. So I'm going to add some details here. So I'm just looking my reference and adding the details here. So we have to see the flower where we have a more magenta color. We just apply the magenta color here in the reflection. So there is no need to certain pattern to apply the color for the reflection in this painting. In the final touch of this painting, I am going to add some water drops here. So I have taken my fan brush. So here you can see I have diluted my white paint with some water, and I am going to take my brush and splash the color here. So in this way we have lots of water drops in this place. So this is a very effective technique to paint many stars and also some water drops like this. So this is the final look of our painting. It took me around 7 hours to finish this huge and beautiful painting. And if you like this tutorial, please let me know in the comment section. And I will meet you guys with another beautiful painting with a step-by-step tutorial in my next painting. Until then, have fun with colors.